Hello everybody, welcome to the World Championship official cast of the first round match in Group A between Kfoged, more or less is how you pronounce it, and Le Peg. I think we can have this the colours they are. The green is distinct from turquoise and black, isn't it? Rorimbo. So yeah, Wood Elves for Kfoged. We'll call him Kfoged, that's easier. Wood Elves for Kfoged, Undead for Le Peg. Kfoged is Danish, and also he has an English passport. I think he's dual nationality. He qualified through the season 5. He was top of ladder actually, and made playoffs as well, and made the final 4 of the playoffs. And Le Peg is French, unsurprisingly, and he qualified via the KGVM World Championship qualifier. So there you go, there are the players, how they got there. Looking at the team, Kfoged's team, he's gone maximum dodge. He's got 3 rerolls and an Apo. He's got 4 dodge catchers, 2 blodge blitzers, of course, and then 3 dodges on linemen and 2 wrestles. So he's got 9 dodge. Actually, he hasn't got max dodge. He's got 9 dodge, 2 wrestle, and a sidestep dancer and a strip dancer. I really like this sidestep dancer thing. Gives you a better 1-turn, and it also defends against 1-turns a little bit. So I do quite like the sidestep dancer. And Le Peg has gone for a pretty standard Undead team. 13 players, 3 guards, tackle, wrestle, and a block ghoul. 4 ghouls, of course. So he has gone the heavier build with a guard on the mummies. I think that's fine. I think either build is fine, right? Dimmy likes the 3 block ghouls, and then if you go bashy, you get 2 guard mummies. I think either's fine. It depends what you find yourself more comfortable with, right? If you struggle in the bash matchups, then you take guard mummies. If you struggle in the other matchups, then block ghouls. I mean, I lean towards block ghouls, but fair enough. So this looks like a Daka, doesn't it? This does look like a Daka from Kfoged. Kfoged by common opinion, let's say. I would say the most accomplished Blood Bowl player in the world when you think about all the different facets. You've got Blood Bowl 2, Blood Bowl 3, Fumble and Tabletop, and he has dominated in every single environment, whereas nobody else really has. Nobody else has. I haven't played Tabletop, and Davo hasn't played Fumble, for example. So Kfoged, he's dominating all of them. People like Maumee haven't come to Blood Bowl 2 or 3, things like this. So yeah, PC has been quite dominant on all of them, but I wouldn't say to the same extent. A hair behind Kfoged. But for example, Purple Goo hasn't done the business on Blood Bowl 3, has he? Or Blood Bowl 2. He would be the other person with a real big case for it, I would say. And I know PC likes Malmere, throws him in the conversation, but again, he hasn't really got it done on Tabletop and hasn't got it done on Blood Bowl 2 or 3. If you look at Olivier Dulac, he certainly nailed the tabletop aspect, but again, hasn't done too much on Fumble or Blood Bowl 2 or 3. So I think when you look at all of the things that Kfoged has won over all formats, like Crucifer, for example, absolutely dominated Blood Bowl 2 to a ridiculous amount, but that's all he's done, But again, Purple Goo just hasn't done it on Blood Bowl 2 or 3, has he? So I'm not saying that makes him worse. I'm not saying that makes Purple Goo worse. What I'm saying is people who only play Blood Bowl 2 and 3 haven't had the chance to see him, right? Haven't had the chance to see him in action. But It might be purple goo for me as well, but that's the thing. It's just like the breadth of plays belongs to Kfoged, doesn't it, more than anybody else? And also, he's a lovely, lovely chap, which is good, isn't it? So yeah, there was a ghoul exposed, so Kfoged is going straight for him. If you're not taking woodies in this tournament, why not? Yes, well, I'll be honest, Calcium, I do regret it a bit. I probably should have messaged Kfoged, and well, I didn't actually. What you can do is, in Blood Bowl 2 and 3, you could always spy on people's teams, right? And then look at their build that they'd taken. I actually had already spied on Kfoged and seen the team that he was taking, and I didn't copy it. Because I just thought, you know, I didn't like the idea of just getting banged out and losing, right? And but then, as Kfoged said, you can get banged out and then your opponents just won't try to beat you because you've got, you know, your team's ridiculous and can score with 5 players. So even if you do get reduced to 5 players, they can't even go for the win because you'll just score against them. Wow, honestly, Kfoged's lovely. He's the loveliest person that I've met, probably, in real life. He's a lovely, lovely, lovely fella. No disrespect to all the other lovely people I've met. Pretty much everybody I've met in Blood Bowl has been lovely. But, yeah. Wait, Davo was scheduled for 9. Did he just change that? But no, he's just playing a random dude. Davo's playing a random dude right now, Squeaky McSquig. Which I don't agree, by the way. I do not agree with just playing a random ladder match before a super important match. But there you go. Definitely strength 4, if not 5 in real life. Yep. Anyway, no spoilers, please. Even if even if it is interesting, I'm going to try and keep the spoilers to a minimum. And, you know, at the end of the day, if people want to watch Davo live, they'll watch him live, won't? So I was always going to pick. I'll always pick not Davo if there's a choice between games to do. And same with like Tree and stuff as well, right? Like, you know, try to pick the ones that aren't being covered live, and then if people want to watch the things live, they can watch them live. And I'll do the replays later. So this is a little bit light, isn't it, here? By going for that foul. It's only a little bit light. But we can uphill for a path through on a full POW. We're not going to do that. You put them on a large base, yeah. Oh, removal. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. Now it gets that much harder to defend the Daka down a player. Interesting having the mummies in the middle. I prefer them out on the wings. Although, like, yes, it means you're only fighting one mummy. At least one of them is definitely relevant in like a really good spot. Oh wow, just dodges straight through. Outrageous. Rolls all the dice. Look a dog. I think it's. I mean, that is a thing that I like to do as well, right? Like, it's pretty good to get somebody through on the other side. Because now, if they divert somebody to him, then they're not screening properly. If they don't divert somebody to him, then well, you've got somebody free who can, you know, assist and things and do things and get the ball to him. So it is really good if you can dodge somebody through to get somebody dodged through. Absolutely. Indeed, Squeaky. But the problem is against the Dakar, if they break through, they're gone anyway, right? So that's the problem you're facing. And if you put them both in the mix together, then they're both going to be left in the dust. So it's a little bit tricky. But he does have the tackle. He does have the tackle white at least. Yeah, I think this line is a better line to put the mummies on than where he had them like in the middle. I think this line's fine because then they can go 3 and then cover the sideline, right? So you can go full sideline or you can go, like if you're here, you can go 3 either way. You've got quite a lot of coverage with each one. But when they were both central, I thought that was bad. They don't have to be on the extreme flank, but I think it's okay to be. He's running back with a tackler. Gets the knockdown. And the removal. Wow. The question is, does that give up the centre? And does it give up the breakthrough? Maybe not. Oh, he's gone for the foul. This means that a push on the mummy could get him through the centre if he wanted. You could also push this mummy to go through here and a gate dodge. But he's not thinking about any of that. It's only turn 4. No need for anything crazy. But you know, that's what you've got to look for when you're defending the Dakar, right? You've got to think about those kind of weak links and what could happen. Yes, Metropolis Human. I do love the Dakar. I think it's a great strat. I think it's great that there's like a new strat in Blood Bowl, that people can do things in different ways. I would never ever dodge with a ball carrier twice. That's for sure. Yeah, well now, like, the mummies are asymmetrical, right? He's got 2 mummies. One mummy's halfway, the other guy's over the other side. So we've got a clear weakness. Even though the tackler's this side, he's clearly weaker this side, and it's going to be a lot of work to get them moved over to compensate. Hello, Christopher B. No UI incidents for Kfoged. That is going to be his biggest weakness in this tournament, I think. Yeah. This is also another sneaky. This is like another sneaky group of death, I think. The Kfoged one. I mean, like, none of the games are easy, right? And while he's received a certain amount of hype as Big Kev, Kfoged, PTK, Core, whatever you want to call him. You know, there's a lot of dice, there's a lot of play. I thought, honestly, apart from the setup and first turn, I thought Troop played great against me. I thought Spartacus played great in his game. So, like, you know, anything can happen in these games. So just because Kfoged is like maybe the biggest name, it certainly doesn't mean it's going to be easy for him at all. Having said that, Davo is playing Chaos. So, you know, Davo should get, you know, about as easy game as it gets in the first round, honestly. But you know, there's still 3 people who will all be getting that win, right, in the group. So it's not going to be easy to who are those 2 of which 2 of those 3 are qualifying, right? But you know, still, you'd rather be in a group of 3 than a group of 4, wouldn't you? No offense to the coach. It's that Chaos are a really bad team for Resurrection. NAF style Resurrection, really bad. We might turn the corner here. Ball can come up to about here and blitz one of the ghouls. Won't get about there. Could blitz this one and get the ball to here. This is pretty good. You could do Dimmy. Very reasonable rates. Jimmy Fantastic. Yep. I am, of course, the best Blood Bowler in the world in my mind. I don't know. I think I'm pretty good. But we'll see, won't we? We'll see how I do in this. I mean, there's a lot of dice again, right? You know, if I hadn't snaked 2 dodges, I would have had a easy first round win, wouldn't I? So versus a pretty good opponent. I did think Troop played very well. Oof, that was a bit of an unlucky 1 in 9 because it means he can't cut the corner and dodge to here, right? He could have gone to there before, but that's gonna, yeah, it's gonna push him back even to here. Turn 5, so he's got plenty of time. He would never dream of dodging the ball carrier. Like, this is the thing, right? If you dodge the ball carrier, you've got like a 3% chance of just losing or whatever, haven't you? And it's not something you should ever do. As easy as it is to dodge with elves, you absolutely should not be making them unless you absolutely have to. Well, thanks, punter. I don't know what you know, but sure. Thank you, Kalon, yeah. And he tags out the nearest mummy to stop him coming in. And actually this catcher can be of relevance as well. Yeah, this is looking horrible for the peg, isn't it? Daka's just so effective against Undead. Why 5+ jump, Dimmy? He can just dodge. He can just dodge. Why do you want to jump all the time? You're obsessed. You're like Keith. Yeah, I mean, this is the big thing, right? Like, again, he's got asymmetrical mummies, right? One was in the centre line, one was over there, which makes it obvious that you go this way. If this mummy had been holding the corner, first of all, it's a lot harder to blitz him to get anything past, and second of all, he just couldn't make it irrelevant by tagging it out. Wow. So first of all, rolling a 5 to hit the war dancer is terrible because nothing good will happen after you do it. And second of all, dodging out and then dodging again is better because you've got dodge. Burns a reroll on the rush. It's annoying, everything wants to rush, doesn't it, right? This guard wanted to rush to there to get this 3D. This guy wants to rush to get there. He's keeping the tackler back. Oh, he's double rushing to base, maybe? Yep. Rushing with everything. I mean, now he has to make this dodge. If this dodge fails, he's done for. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. That was quite a turn for Le Peg. Got some good dice. Very good dice. But I mean, it's still just probably just going to blitz up the sideline, isn't he? And, well, maybe not. Nope, starts off with a dodge. Could have won in 36th. Didn't. So I guess he's going to blitz this guy and then block so that he's pushed out and then move people through. So this way he saves dodging with a ball carrier, which is a pretty horrendous thing to do. Can confirm. I mean, he's kind of got to go through. It's turn 6, right? He almost has to go through this turn. And he's not going to have a lot to come with him. So this is a bit uncomfortable for Kfoged. I guess he's trying to think how much does he have to come through. Well, this guy can come through and like double rush, or single 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, double rush to there. Then the ball could go there, then he could block him, and then it's pretty safe. Exactly what he does. I mean, I wasn't coaching Kfoged there. He did it basically as soon as I said it. That was Dimmy. Dimmy tricked me. Dimmy tricked me by saying he couldn't go through, so I said exactly how he could go through. I'm trying not to give the game away with things, but obviously I'm in no danger of coaching Kfoged. I mean, the thing is, at the end of the day, you know, at some point you're going to have to roll dice. The thing about coming through is he's got this guy that can dodge away, right? Can secure things. He's got this that can dodge through. He's got this that can come around with sidestep. He's got lots of things that he can do. Oh, he actually does the rush with him. So you can see, you know, if he pows first. And I quite liked having the sidestepper on this guy. Oh, be hands off to the sidestepper. Okay. Okay. Yeah, and then this guy does the 2+ to secure it. Lovely. Lovely stuff from Big Kev. Yeah, the fact he had this wrestler was the key thing, wasn't it? You can even get the catcher to there. Snakes. So yeah, so I would have just moved the... I would have basically been the same thing, right? Except I wouldn't have had that on a sidestep, or I'd have had So I would have saved a 2+. I would have saved two 2+. Kfoged made two 2+s that I wouldn't have made. I'd have had the ball carrier there with the sidestepper here. Which honestly I like more, but now he's got the ball in the sidestep, which is a better player to have it on. Of course, he could have just started it within the sidestepper, I guess, but never mind. I mean, the thing is, Dimmy, even if he does that, it's not even good, is it? But yes, he can dodge double rush, can't he? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, rush. Pushes him up. Or maybe out and then he could try a serve, I don't know. Like, it's obviously better to have the ball in the sidestepper there, because it means he can't put it in the crowd if he 1Ds you. So it was definitely the solution. It was better, but it risked 2-1 in 36s, didn't it? Which, if either fail, it's pretty disastrous. But you can't live in abject fear of making any rolls at all, can you? Is the problem. Like, you are going to have to make some critical 2+s as Elves, and 3% of the time they will fail, and if you're really unlucky you'll fail 2 in the same game. I mean, yes, you can live in fear of them, Niagara, but you will have to make critical 2+s. You will have to. You will have to make them at some point in the game. You will have to make them. Now maybe Kfoged didn't have to there, right? Maybe he could have had the stripper getting blitzed on 1D with the risk of the ball going in the crowd on a 1 in 6 after all the other dice. You can if you want, yes, okay, Tree, you can, but you shouldn't. You should make the correct decisions. Is what you should do. And sometimes those decisions will be to roll 2+s. But usually it isn't. Usually it isn't. Usually the players, even with Elves, don't cut that corner because you probably don't need that extra square. Probably. Yeah, they're not really several 1 in 36s, are they? It's not really several 1 in 36s. It's basically secure now already. And now these ones just make it double and triple and quadruple secure. I didn't like that rush, actually. Did not like that rush. I preferred having something there and then failing the next player to dodge, right? Can re-roll this. Yeah, Dimmy, but in ODL's case, he chose that, didn't he? He said he was taking the air out, so you know. Why wasn't the right runner a square to the left? Do you mean the one that got blitzed? It's because he had to assist the block on the tackle. If you mean the ghouls, I've got no idea. Or like, you mean this one could have probably a rush, right? Didn't want to do it. Though this guy would have been better 1 over, wouldn't he? To stop this guy coming in here, making all sorts of shapes. And now there's basically 0 chance for Lepeg to do anything. Not a total noob, Dimmy, just pointing out that there was... The jump sack doesn't look good, Tim. Nothing looks good. You just gotta hope they don't roll the dice. There's really... Sacking a war dancer is almost pointless, right? Especially like jump sacking him, because then you've just got no support for him whatsoever. That's a very good point, Barney the Lurker, yeah. Yeah. Oh, the catcher. Because it was Russia's, right? So he just moved him first. He was going to close that with the catcher here, but he failed the dodge. Yeah, that's the thing. Because we said runner, right? And this is a ghoul runner. So I was thinking he meant ghoul. I sometimes, like when I'm commentating, I sometimes just call them like ghoul runners and stuff, even though like I would never ever call that a ghoul runner normally, right? But because it just says runner, I just end up calling them runners and stuff, and like it's really weird. Like there's like zombie lineman or something. I don't know. There's one that whenever I say it, I was like, what the hell am I saying? It's just a ghoul, right? He's not a ghoul runner. He's just a ghoul. Now you might as well re-roll it, right? He's not going to score the one turn. One turn's so low odds. Might as well just re-roll and try and bang with your mummy. Oh wow. Dimmy for Team France would be incredible. There could be a timeout, true, yeah, there could be a timeout. Yeah. Yeah. And you'll get 2 blocks on the LOS and you could use it. You'll know you probably won't get a knockdown on one of those and you can use it for that. So yeah, fair enough. But I can understand it, right? He's probably thinking, I've got to get lucky, re-roll, try and bang him, and then get 2 blocks on the LOS, get 2 cards there, and if you've got 3 cards, you've got half a chance, right? So I don't think it's that strange to re-roll it. But yeah, it's probably not correct to re-roll it, but not crazy to. Oh wow, look, Cole's got the Wood Elf sideline stuff, hasn't he? Very, very Wood Elfy. He's got the Wood Elf coach, Wood Elf cheerleaders, green kit. He's fully in the tree logo. He's fully in the spirit of the customizations. I mean, Kfoged is pretty good, yeah. He's pretty good. Daka confirmed best strat in existence there. Thanks to Kfoged scoring with 1. Yep. Just got to punch things and hope for the best, hasn't he? Foul. It's got 13 players. Yeah, so he can still foul. You can still draw this, right, Lepeg, if he casts about 6 elves. If he casts about 6 elves, he probably won't. No, he can't 1 turn. He shouldn't try to 1 turn. He should just try to 3 dice. He should just 3 dice with Mighty Blow. He shouldn't even try to 1 turn here. It's a waste of time. It's not going to work. It's just too many dice rolls. If he had 3 re-rolls, I still think he shouldn't try to 1 turn. He should 3 dice with Mighty Blow and then gang foul. That's what he should do. You're not scoring the 1 turn. Like, you're just not. Especially not this way. He's done it wrong as well. Bill should have been here so he could blitz and then get him 1 forward instantly. Get the ref. So he's got a bribe. Shouldn't use it now, right? He should just accept the send-off here. Gets a full pow. Because he's got 12 players, so like he should just get, like, you know, he should argue the call if if he gets caught on the foul. Oh, do you know what he could have done? He could have set up for a quick snap, right? He could have set up for a quick snap. He could have set up to just block, and then he could have put like the ghoul here. So if he got quick snap, he could have moved it forward and then tried for a one turn that way. That was probably the best play, honestly. Mummy there, ghoul here, quick rookie ghoul here, quick snap, move it in, and then that gives you like essentially two pushes straight away, and then block it again, and that would have been the way. That was definitely the way. Hate not making it with Mighty Blow, but there was no real way. I mean, what he could have done is he could have just not filled in this square, right? If he'd not filled in that square, he could have pushed him back and then got out of the way and then 3 dice blitzed him. Yep, big foul coming in. Injured. Excitement. Not even spotted. The Chaos? No, the Chaos doesn't stay out. But still, he's got Kfoged down to 10 players. Now, if he makes a Mighty Blow blocks and removes another couple of players, and another foul, he can start to, you know, have a decent shot at the draw. So core with the offset chevrons means that if he gets a blitz or something or a misfield, he's got lots of stuff to flood through one side. Pretty nice. I think it's pretty nice. I don't think it's especially better than normal chevrons, but I like it. I like it more, which does count for something, doesn't it? So he keeps the tackler back to defend the ball. Trying to defend against the one turn, isn't he? Like the one turn, the blitz kickoff result. He's got to do everything in his power to make that not a disaster. So, you know, this kind of setup, what's good about this setup is it forces people into like a kind of defensive shape like this, and while they may end up with in a better defensive shape than if you didn't offset, at least it's limiting their blocks on the LOS. I'm not a huge fan of how Lepeg has done this. I would have definitely had one of these players on the LOS to make this a 3-2. But wow, great kick for the peg. It's already fully defended. If you think about it as well, if this zombie was here, it's actually just as strong against a blitz because you can't blitz this guy and go through him, and all this is the same. So this was so much better. Basically, the back guy was on the LOS, and it would give him 3-3-2. I kind of hate that he's not fouling here and not 3-dicing with one of the mummies. But, you know, fair enough, it's a short kick. Make sure that you've got the ball defended as much as possible versus the strip dancer that's right in front of you is completely reasonable. Wow, picked it up even before the dodge, before the blocks. That has to be incorrect, right? You have to block with tackle and 3 dice with a mummy first. You have to, surely. Surely. Using a lot of time here, but it's okay, isn't it? It's not so bad. He's got 5 minutes of time bank and there's no overtime, so opens with a 2, which again has to be incorrect when you've got a 3 right there and a block right there. Only gets pushes. Oh, this wasn't the tackler on the LOS. I thought that was the tackler on the LOS. Just a blocker, but still. There we go. Yeah, that's okay, right? He's got 4 minutes. He's used 3 minutes out of his 7.5, so he's fine for time. Even Cause used 2 minutes of time. That's how serious Kfoged is in this match. First thing he does is put a scoring threat in. Rot-o. I mean, this is a big old cage, isn't it, from Lepeg? The problem he's gonna have is like getting the knockdowns and getting the penetration. Like he really has to do some damage. 10 Elves is not easy to get through. Oh. One of the rare non-dodgers. And this is not really anything. I think you have to 3 dice blitz the catcher. Lets you jam in and just force your way forward. Like you have to try and force your way forward. Otherwise you're not going to get anywhere. And 3 dicing with Mighty Blow is better than 2 dicing with Tackle. Because you need removals, right? It's not enough to just knock things over sometimes, right? You have to kill things. If you don't remove Elves, you're not going to score, basically. It's, you know, there's a bit more to the game than that, but not too much more to the game than that. At the end of the day, Elves, you know, that go anywhere, do anything. They're pretty hard to deal with if they've got 11 of them. He's got guard cage corners. That means he doesn't have to do the Vengabus cage, and he does just tackle blitz. I really don't like the tackle blitz here. He's kind of got a cage's tackler as well, right? Like that's the thing as well. If you blitz with a mummy, then at least you've got a mummy on people, so like that's easier to defend. Whereas he actually has to look after his tackle. Yeah, I like this foul. I really like this foul. I'd actually tucked in the But it took the ghoul in one first. Oh, sent off for a stun. Obviously just use the bribe. That's better odds than arguing the call first. So, very good bribe usage. Hello Sol, you missed me Penguin Academying my own game from the Cup, where I found out that actually I played perfectly and made no mistakes whatsoever. No, I don't think I played terribly, but it wasn't, you know, it wasn't perfect, but I was happy with myself, so that was nice. I didn't think I was a complete moron at any point, and which is always good, isn't it? If you don't think you're a complete moron. There was a bunch of, did 3 replays. It was there was some Skaven there, 2 Skaven games just for you, and now we've got the legend PTK. Another dodge without dodge. What is the world coming to? Like, I really like basing up those guys as much as possible, right? That's where I'd be throwing my mummies in. Really trying to apply pressure to these the guys, you know, like you can't punch them, right? Because they're mummies. So you want to get your mummies on the 2 guys that don't have dodge, because now you've got a much better chance of them like randomly failing, and just try and push forward as much as you can. Yeah, I hate ending any turn without your mummy in combat, right? Like he needs to be exerting at least his tackle zone, but also, like, you know, his strength 5 and his mighty blow, threatening them with a smash if they fail a dodge away, making it a huge commitment to punch him, or impossible. I get that he wants the cage corners with guard, but he's like losing the bludgeoning tool of, like, you know, the strength 5 to smash forward with guard as well. And now he doesn't have the foul every turn either. I think he's going to 3-dice this catcher, eh? So again, he's just not using the mummy strength. Like, this could be a goblin, right? Essentially. If you're not in contact, you could be a goblin. Whoa! Misclick, or he's just not blitzed. He hasn't blitzed. His bribe's gone. He just didn't blitz. Wow! He like put in 2 players as if he was going to 3-dice blitz him, and then just didn't blitz him. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. I mean, I don't think he blitzed him. Maybe I'm wrong. That sure looked like he didn't blitz that turn. Has he still got this catcher there? Yeah. Still got the catcher, just waiting. World Cup nerves? It's a real thing. It's a very much a real thing. I had pretty crazy... World Championship this is. World Championship. I had pretty crazy World Championship nerves before my game. So, completely understand that. And now he brings this guy back. This is a nice way of doing the corner, isn't it? The diagonal screen like this is pretty nice. Way of covering the side switch a little bit more. Like, I get wanting to have the guards, but at the end of the day, right, he could have just had the tackler, rather than having 2 separate cages. He could have Vengerbussed with the tackler and then had both mummies out in front. exerting influence. Not a huge fan of this. He's just not getting forward, is he? It's turn 12. Like he's just not getting forward enough. He's letting Kfoged just go back one square. Screen. Back one square, screen. It might be enough. Like it might be enough. Especially when like the alternative is he jumps in, gets the ball off you and scores. So, you know, at least if he can just get a few squares in, like 2 more squares in, he'll have a chance to score on turn 16. Might not be a great chance, but he'll at least have a chance. But I feel like with multiple re-rolls, being too conservative on either side of the ball isn't very good. Gets the cars. See, my play would have been 3 dice this guy with a mummy, and then the 2 assists that you need for that 3 dice are assisting the foul as well, right? And then when you knock him down, if you knock him down, you're knocking around 3 dice with Mighty Blow, and then you can put the other mummy in here. So you could have had like 2 mummies in there, really doing a lot, protecting each other, pressing forward. Instead, he's a square behind that. And this guy got knocked over without Mighty Blow, didn't he? Didn't matter in the end. But it could. It always could. You know, it changes the odds, the Mighty Blow, in a very, very significant manner. But yeah, the World Cup nerves, especially like playing somebody of Kfoged's stature, completely understandable. A lot of time here, you know, maybe he's thinking about things, maybe he's just wasting time. The stripper could come in for a leap sack, I guess, and would push him. If you put a player in here first, he would push him like kind of out. So maybe he's thinking the uphill strip isn't so bad. Oh no, maybe he wasn't. Maybe he did think that and then just discarded it, right? Who knows what people were thinking. I've got no idea behind Cole's thought process in the game, right? Not everybody runs through like, you know, the same progressions or whatever. He might just be thinking, he might have, I mean, surely you've got to think about going for the ball, right? At least for half a second. But he might have considered it for a second and then dismissed it, or he could have considered it for a minute and then thought about something else for a minute. You've just got no idea, have you? Oh, he gets wrestled. That's a very bad player to get wrestled as well. Oh, all of a sudden, we've got a weak spot in the line. I basically have to re-roll this dodge out now and put him there. And there's the option of blitzing this guy and fouling him and getting down the side. Oh, tackle. Did he re-roll it? He didn't re-roll the dodge. Is he keeping his re-rolls for the 1 turn? I mean, now we don't even need to blitz the catcher. Now we can blitz this guy and scythe through the team. I feel this dodge is more important than the catcher. Maybe he was gonna go there with the catcher anyway, right? The catcher could have gone 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So maybe the catcher was going to go there anyway. Googling the BB3 controls, yeah. Why no reroll? I don't know. It seems significant to me. I would have definitely expected him to have rerolled that. Because this is just too free now, isn't it, up the field here? This is way too free up the field. Honestly, Lepeg could have re-rolled that. Lepeg could have re-rolled that block. I mean, I would have really liked it to be a POW. If I was him. Like, he didn't need it to be a POW, right? Because this one can come around here. And he can, like, cage up around here. But I would have liked it to be a POW. I would have actually used this ghoul to go here. Interesting. Interesting. Eating into the time bank. So I guess the zombie's going to go in the corner here. So this might be the leap sack this turn. 4+ in. Dead, dead, dead. Excitement. Honestly, with him not blocking with the mummy, I would have expected this guy in front. And then this guy around the back, and then like a rush from the mummy to secure that. Oh, so he's going to double rush so that he can foul the dancer. Oh, double rush, and then he gets the guard there as well. Yes, okay, really nice. Much better than fouling that, and he can fill that in as well. Okay, so double rush from the mummy. And then that means he's got a mummy a bit further forward as well. Oh, he is going to foul the dancer as well. Dodge with him. Yeah, he's definitely going to foul the dancer now. So it was a bit risky doing the dodge. And a bit risky doing the foul as well. Like, I think just moving the zombie in here was better, honestly. Just stand up the ghoul and move the zombie in. But it's very understandable to want to foul the dancer. And it's sidestep, which helps the one turn. So, very understandable foul. But great turn, actually, from Lepeg there. Got the guard in to make it not an easy leap sack. Though he might be going for the leap sack still. Also, actually, leaving this open is nice as well, isn't it? So that if he'd moved the zombie in there, he could have leaped in here and pushed him away. So by leaving the hole here, the push direction is really bad. So it was really nice from Lepeg. No leap sack from Core. Now, I wonder if he regrets not re-rolling that dodge last turn. It seemed like a re-roll to me. Oh, 3+. Oh. Great dice rolls. So he's getting squeezed a little bit, but not too much. And now he can move over the side here, or he can just, you know, consolidate by punching. Either one is fine, I think, with 2 more turns. I think just however he wants to do, this should be pretty dealable with. I mean, he's got to make the right moves and the right dice, of course. If anything goes wrong, it could be very tricky, but and this is very easy to like have a secure cage, isn't it? Very easy. Like literally that one block. Well, no, one more block and he's got a safe cage. And he's in range, so... Well, you risked the 1 in 9 there. Oh wow, and a rush. We're moving the cage over here. I'm not such a fan of this. I think I preferred just punching where I was, staying where I was, knocking down the things that were basing me, and keeping in a big mess with all of my players. Whereas now he's disconnected from his other mummy. He's disconnected from a ghoul, a zombie, and it's going to be very easy for Core just to dodge all of his players over because they're Elves. And now his players are going to be cut off a little bit. I'm not such a fan of this. Of course, like, you know, next turn he might be able to go back there. Like it's not a bad thing at all, really. It's just I'm just not a big fan of it. I guess this ghoul's going to dodge. Try and protect the tackler a bit. So yeah, he's still in like a big blob. So I guess this is fine. And he's got more central. So in fact, maybe that's better than staying where he was. You know, who knows? Who knows what the answer is? Down to a minute. But it's a nice shape, isn't it? Now he's much less disconnected now, but it does suck a bit having like the mummies far apart, right? Like if you've got the mummies together, then you've got a big load of strength and guard concentrated in the same area of the field. It's pretty strong. Whereas now he's going to have a guard isolate, like a mummy isolate this coming turn. The 1 turn will be very tricky, but I mean, if anyone can do it, it's Big Kev. So he's either saving his 3 rerolls for like a leap sack, which is going to be uphill, or the 1 turn, which is going to be hard versus guard mummies, etc. Oh, dub skulls. Now we find out. No, he is not saving them for the 1 turn. Oh. So keeps the mummy tagged for another turn. And then he can just dodge away on the last turn, right? So like this is the problem that Lepeg had, is that he's still faced with the same problem that he had last turn, except now he's got 1 less mummy in the mix, right? He's got 1 less strength 5 Garter in the mix. He is in a better spot in that he's more central. He's got that going for him. And this is still pretty easy, to be fair. Pretty easy. But he is missing that guard. Mummy. Yeah, this was the play. Start with the mummy. And then the zombie can clear him. And then this gives you the tackle bits on the sidestepper. Oh, I don't like doing the blockless block before that. Like, you have got to do it at some point. But I feel like I would have just rather just done the tackle blitz first. And now he's going to have tackle on both dancers this turn, which is pretty nice, isn't it? Doesn't get the POW. Just a push. Cheeky Wanna. So now this is Big Kev's last turn to defend. Like, yes, he'll have the one turn, but this is his last turn of defense. So does he just go for a strip, right? He could do a jump, then a dodge. No, a dodge 2 and then jump there, right? It's going to be uphill anyway, and he's got the catcher there to get away. So the tackle does have an effect. 4+ leap. Fails it. And the ghoul can score for free. With 2 rerolls, I think you have to make the mighty blow hit. Can you make this mighty blow hit? Maybe, right? If you like chin things through, maybe you can make maybe you can get 2 assists to make this a 3D. 3D there, 3D there. Like, you can make multiple 3D blocks. So he's 3 dicing with block. Well, wrestle. Could have been with block and tackle, couldn't it? That was weird. Maybe a touch of Chalice nerves. Well, not Chalice nerves. World Cup nerves. World Championship nerves. Now you don't make the blockless block there. Can't make it 3D. Hello, Fimir. So there you go, 1-1. There is going to be a 1-turn chance, but it's without rerolls, and it's versus Strength 5 mummies. This is very much looking like a draw for Kfoged in his first game. And that's the question, Ribgoty, isn't it? That is the question. That is the question. Maybe. Like, the 1-turn isn't easy. It is hard versus mummies, yeah. Like, no frenzy, no juggernaut, no guard, no strength. Like, all of the things that you'd want to make it easier. He does have the sidestep. But all of the things that you'd want to make it easier, you don't have. So it's very much not easy. So if he blitzes this guy and then sidesteps to there and then blocks him and then blocks him, but it's really hard to do that, isn't it? Because you need to block there. You'd have to blitz him into here. Kfoged is the best in the world at one turning, so I'm sure he'll figure it out. I'm just trying to work it out myself. Yeah, it is possible. It is possible. Maybe it was worth the rerolls. Honestly, maybe it was worth saving the rerolls. Yeah, maybe it was worth saving the rerolls for the one turn. Oh, he hasn't got many players. Maybe it's not possible. He's got 8 players. Yeah, 7. He's got 8 players. Maybe it's not possible with this few players. Like, he can collect the ball with a catcher and then like rush to get the ball in. So he's basically got 8 players to do this one turn. So 2 in there. 3, 4, 5. It's going to be close. I think he could do it. I think he'd probably want the 2 rerolls to do it with, though. I wonder if the uphill sack was worth the 2 rerolls. I mean, probably, right? The uphill sack is pretty likely with strip. And it's like, it just wins you the game, basically, doesn't it? Whereas this, even with all the rerolls, is not easy. This looks wrong to me from Cole. I've got to say, this looks absolutely wrong to me. I could be wrong, but this is looking like he's doing it wrong to me. I still think he's doing it wrong. Exactly, Chaikin. Yes, I agree with Chaikin. Yeah. Yeah, this looks incorrect. Incorrect from Big Kev. But you know, maybe he's just figuring it out and he's just putting things there and he'll correct it later. No, he hasn't. That's a brutal kick. It's a timeout. Genius call. Now he really wishes he kept the rerolls, I think. Oh, flip me. But the kick is brutal. But, wow. Wow, imagine getting the timeout. That's outrageous. That is absolutely outrageous. We'll never know if he messed up the one turn. It looks wrong to me though. I'm with Chaikin. Swap these 2 around, and then 2 players here, player here, blitz him into the sidestep up, block him, push him up, and then block him there and push him up to the 3rd. So yeah, I think that was a mistake from Cole with his setup, but doesn't matter. He got a timeout. Now I don't know how he was going to do it, but I think mine and Chaikin's way was the best. So it'd be interesting to speak to him and find out what he did, what his reasoning was. But can do that. You know, I'm sure he had a plan and it wasn't just a mistake. But it sure looked like a mistake. Yeah, I really hate timeouts, honestly. Like, it's because, you know, a blitz can be punishing, and so can a officious ref, and so can pitch invasions and stuff. But like, officious ref and pitch invasion are just random, right? Blitz, you can play well to stop blitz affecting you as badly. But like, timeout basically punishes you for playing well. I hate it. I absolutely hate it. It just feels the worst to me. These are on the sideline. Tempting him with the surf. He can touch the ball with a tackler. He could blitz there and then double rush to have tackle on the ball. But then he just 2 pluses away, right? And then hands off to this guy and then passes it, scores, whatever. So this is a very tough to work out what the best way to defend this is. I imagine it's going for the scoring threats, but... You know, because the fact he's got no rerolls. I mean, yes, Sarnham, yeah, it's, you know... Blood Bowl is a brutal, horrible game a lot of the time. So it does fit perfectly in that... in that kind of thing. But... Yeah, I think catch. So I don't like the side step because if you don't power him, it's really bad, right? But he gets it. I would have blitzed the catcher there, so that whatever happens, I can put tackle on the stripper, right? Whereas if this is a push, he sidesteps to here and protects his stripper. So I would have personally blitzed the catcher and then gone in. Kev used his rerolls on an uphill sack on turn 15. He rolled a 1 away from tackle and then rolled a 3 on the jump in. I don't know they were bad. I think you've got to do. I think you just have to deal with everything. I think blitz this guy. That push puts him out of range, and you get in on this, right? And then you just put in as much as you can. You know, ghouls run back there, and you've got stuff either side. So I think this was definitely the blitz. This was 100% the blitz for me, because a push takes him out of range, and you get in tackle on the dancer. Like, that was a real good blitz. Like, didn't even need to blitz him with tackle, right? The tackle could have just gone there. The tackle could have just gone there. You didn't even need to... didn't even need blitzing with tackle. Just blitzing with anything. I mean, he's locked this down pretty well. He needs a bit more in front of this guy. Because at the moment, what's this? A 4-3-2. So that makes it a... We can blitz him, and then it's just a 4-2. So he needed more on this catcher. It's a blitz here, isn't it? And then it's a 4-2 with obviously 2 2s, and then, you know, handing it off. Like, it's a lot of dice still. But this seems like a pretty the obvious way to score is by blitzing this guy and then running through. It's not that unlikely. If he had 2 rerolls, he'd have probably got it. Gets the wrestle. It is great, isn't having a wrestler to do important blitzes like this where you just need to move them. I'll say PA4, so it's a 2, then a 4, then a 2 with a reroll, then a 4 with a reroll, and then 3 2s. Whoa, hello, Keith. So it's a lot of dice. I mean, if he had 2 rerolls, this would be very, very likely. Really likely with 2 rerolls. I mean, but you know, obviously you can't plan. You can't plan for a timeout, right? So he had to. I think he had to put those re-rolls in to get the stop. Yeah, that's what I said, Dim. Re-rollable 4, but then the 2 is no re-roll. Oh, he's just passing it straight 5. 2 4's better, isn't it? Well, there you go. No need to feel bad for Lepeg. A well-deserved draw. You know, it's tough. It's tough versus Big Kev. It's tough versus Wood Elves. He managed to play a pretty solid drive of his own, and then yeah, the timeout punching would have been horrible. Would have felt really bad for him if he'd. I hate timeouts so much. So that, I mean, this is the thing, right? Like, you know, people aren't jokes in the World Cup. It's just because people might be the favourites, they're not favourites by much. Anything can happen. So there you go. Congratulations to both of them. Well played, Kfoged and Lepeg. Thanks for watching, everybody. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and stay fantastic.